Bree the rooster had a unique obsession with one person in the family, the grandfather. Wherever the grandfather went, Bree was right by his side, always eager to join in whatever activity he was doing. It didn't matter if it was gardening, unpacking boxes, or simply relaxing with a book. Bree was there, his ever-present companion. One of Bree's favorite things to do was hop onto the grandfather's leg and nestle in, as though it was the perfect perch. The sight of this small rooster cuddling up to the grandfather never failed to bring smiles to everyone around. Their connection was undeniable, and their bond only grew stronger with time. Their relationship had a charming dynamic. The grandfather often talked to Bree as if he were a person, engaging him in one-sided philosophical conversations. Bree, in turn, would cluck softly, tilting his head as if pondering the weighty topics being discussed. To anyone watching, it was clear that these two were true buddies and their interactions were heartwarming to witness. But Bree's story didn't start with the grandfather. It began when a young woman working at a wildlife rehabilitation center in New York City first met him. She was employed at a wonderful place called the Wild Bird Fund, where one day a good Samaritan brought in a tiny chick. The moment she saw him, she was smitten. Bree was so small, he fit right in the palm of her hand, and his soft peeping stole her heart immediately. At the time, it was impossible to determine whether the chick was male or female, but that didn't matter. She knew this little bird was special and decided to care for him. However, New York City posed a challenge. The city's laws prohibited residents from keeping roosters due to their crowing. When Bree grew older and his true identity as a rooster became apparent, she was faced with a difficult decision. She couldn't bear to part with Bree. So, in a move that surprised even herself, she decided to leave New York City. She relocated to a place where roosters were welcome, choosing a life surrounded by nature so that Bree could live freely and happily. In the early days, Bree saw her as his mother. Wherever she went, Bree would follow. If she left his sight, he would peep loudly, calling for her until she returned. Their bond was incredibly strong, and she believed Bree would always remain her closest companion. However, everything changed when Bree met the grandfather. From the moment they met, Bree and the grandfather clicked. It was an instant connection, the kind that happens naturally and without explanation. Bree began spending more and more time with him, accompanying him in the garden, watching him unpack boxes, and generally being his little shadow. It wasn't long before it became clear that the grandfather had become Bree's favorite person. The grandfather adored the attention and treated Bree like a beloved grandchild. Whenever they were apart for a few days, their reunions were filled with excitement. Bree would rush to him, clucking animatedly, as if sharing all the details of what he had been up to in his absence. The grandfather listened intently, responding as though he understood every cluck. It was a heartwarming sight that brought joy to the whole family. Over time, Bree's unique bond with the grandfather began to surprise those who met them. Many people couldn't believe that a rooster could form such a close relationship with a human. Bree's story challenged preconceived notions about chickens, showing that they too are capable of deep emotions and connections. Bree wasn't just a farm animal, he was a beloved family member with a personality all his own. Reflecting on Bree's journey, the young woman often marveled at how far they had come. Leaving the city for Bree had been a life-changing decision, but one she never regretted. Watching the rooster thrive in his new environment and seeing the joy he brought to her father's life made it all worthwhile. Every morning, the family would wake up to the sight of Bree perched comfortably on the grandfather's lap. Their quiet moments together, filled with clucks and laughter, were a testament to the profound bond they shared. It was a reminder of the unexpected ways love can manifest, and how animals, no matter their species, have the capacity to touch our hearts. The tale of Bree the rooster is not just heartwarming, but also deeply inspiring. It serves as a powerful reminder of the incredible bonds humans can form with animals, regardless of their species. Bree's connection with the grandfather illustrates how animals, even those we may not traditionally consider as companions, are capable of deep emotional connections. This story challenges societal norms and prejudices about which animals are worthy of love and companionship. The story also highlights the importance of treating all animals with compassion and respect. It's easy to empathize with cats and dogs, but Bree's story invites us to extend that empathy to other species. Chickens, like all animals, deserve to be seen as individuals capable of forming relationships and experiencing joy. What makes Bree's bond with the grandfather particularly special is its simplicity. Their interactions, whether it's Bree perching on his lap or accompanying him in the garden, are filled with genuine affection and mutual understanding. These small moments of connection remind us that love doesn't need grand gestures to be meaningful. Sometimes it's the quiet companionship and shared experiences that matter most. Another compelling aspect of Bree's journey is the role of the Wild Bird Fund. This organization not only provided Bree with a second chance at life, but also facilitated the start of his incredible journey. Stories like Bree's underscore the critical work that wildlife rehabilitation centers do in rescuing and rehabilitating animals. Without their intervention, Bree might never have found his forever family. Bree's story also serves as a lesson in adaptability and the unexpected paths life can take. The young woman likely never envisioned herself leaving New York City or becoming the caregiver of a rooster. Yet, by embracing the unexpected, she found a new sense of purpose and fulfillment. Her decision to relocate reflects the lengths people will go to for the animals they love, and it's a beautiful example of how life's detours can lead to unexpected joys. On a broader level, this story challenges traditional views of what constitutes a family. Bree is not just a pet, he is a cherished family member whose presence enriches the lives of those around him. His bond with the grandfather mirrors relationships we often see between human family members, filled with love, trust, and a sense of belonging. The narrative also raises awareness about urban regulations concerning animals. While New York City's ban on roosters is understandable due to noise concerns, it also highlights the challenges faced by people who wish to care for unconventional pets. Bree's story might inspire conversations about how cities can balance such regulations with the needs of animal lovers. In conclusion, Bree's story is a celebration of love, resilience, and the joy of embracing the unconventional. It invites us to see animals in a new light, to recognize their capacity for emotion and connection, and to appreciate the profound impact they can have on our lives. Bree may be a small rooster, but his story carries a big message. Love knows no boundaries, and the bonds we share with animals can be some of the most meaningful in our lives. For anyone who hears Bree's tale, it's a gentle reminder to cherish the relationships we have with all living beings, and to open our hearts to the unexpected. Bree's story is more than just a tale of a rooster, it's a celebration of connection, loyalty, and the joy of embracing the unconventional. His bond with the grandfather is a beautiful example of how love can transcend boundaries, even those between species. For anyone who hears Bree's story, it serves as a gentle reminder to appreciate the animals in our lives and recognize the unique relationships they offer. Bree may have started as a tiny chick in need of rescue, but he grew into a cherished member of the family, proving that sometimes the smallest creatures can have the biggest impact.